Hello, Doug Murin here again. Looks like the lighting could be a tiny bit better. It's not bad. It's nighttime, 11 o'clock our time here in Florida. I've gotten great response to some like the videos that are sending out some information. I want to just take about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and talk to who are interested in our Seattle outreach. In a nutshell, here's what's happened. About 6, 7 years ago, as a coach, consultant, and researcher, I just collecting mostly anecdotal, but also a lot of other professional studies. I began to see everybody was facing the same problems across the board. For example, 3/4 of the people in nearly every church these days only come once a month, are gone on each Sunday. And I first started getting this feedback from about 6 of the churches I worked with, and started poking around. And I spent quite a bit of time collecting what was going on, and that concerned me. And then we had the bleed off. I started seeing this too of people dropping out of the church. Basically, most denominations are dropping minus 2% a year, yet Pentecostals are increasing 2% a year. And that in itself deserves a whole nother video. But my point was, I began to see, we got a problem with our conventional form of church. I'm not mad at the church. I got nothing against church. I love the church. But I look at the data and say, we've got to look at some stuff if we're going to be around. And and yet then I looked at the culture, and in personal witness, going door to door, I went to a lot of doors, 1,000. And just as I go around and doing all the research I have been able to get my hands on, all indicators are our culture is hungry for God. And they're very interested in Jesus. They just don't like the way we do church. And we have to accept that. That's okay. Because the church's purpose and aim really is to spread the kingdom of God. The other thing I found is we have a horrendous lack of evangelism. I did an event with about 80 pastors not long ago, and only 4 had done any evangelism emphasis at all the last 4 or 5 years. And when you don't have salespeople, you can have the best product in the world, but you're going to be in trouble. So last year, about 2 or 3 million people left. Southern Baptists had 200,000, Methodist 1.4 or 140,000, excuse me, and across the board. So if you track that out, in about 10 years, there are none of either. So let's dig deep and look at what we're going at. So I came and said, okay, I'm going to develop a form of church that matches what I'm seeing. That has, and here's the elements: a strong outreach evangelism component, which I've done for years. 2, only met once a month for a gathering service, and had a variety of different kinds of things that helped people through the rest of the month, and mostly self-directed adult treatment things. And we included kids 10 and older in our adult things. I think it's the reason we lose a lot of our kids. We treat them as though they're also runs. So I began to see a number of things that needed to be done, and lo and behold, I had a chance to gather a guy named Mike Maston, who's co-leading with me from Australia, a great evangelist, because I've been holding off till I got some people who'd key it up. And in Baltimore, my overseer of our planning projects in Baltimore, he and I are teaming up in Baltimore. We let the word out just a bit, and we got a free building and some money, a lot of money committed to us already. We need that in Seattle. So probably October, we're going to have our huge launch, but we need to build toward it. And here's what we need to happen between now and then. 1, I need some leaders. And I don't mean leaders in the sense that we had before. We're not going to teach you how to do stuff during church services. We're going to teach you real hands-on ministry stuff and get to know. And we need women. We need half to 60% of our leaders to be women. So women, sign up. Let us know. This is not a male-dominated thing at all. We've had enough of that. So we need to do that. 2, we need to also learn our system and what we're going to be doing some marketing on Facebook. And we are going to, in that end, have a couple parties, 3 maybe, and definitely a lot of coffee meetings to see where we're going. We are committed to only being a group gathered for 8 years. And when we get to the 8 years, we're going to morph into different things. And in the meantime, we're going to train a lot of leaders and send them out with the same thing. That's what we're going to be good at. So we'll have great stuff for the kids. We think we can do church at about 30% of what the normal cost is due to several things. One, we're not going to pay any pastors. We're going to pay evangelists, which, bring people in. And we're going to commit with 4 other sites to caring for the apostolic leaders, we call them, and the overseers, like Michael. I'm in my organization. It comes in differently, and in Baltimore, and soon Orlando, and we're looking at another place not to be mentioned. So anyway, that's how. And we're going to take a bunch of the money that we have left for social care and love of the city of Seattle. For example, we've kind of put our toes in the water with developing a clinic to help schizophrenic people on the streets, and you'll hear more about that. Seems like it might work as we join with us. We don't know. We've got to work that through together. So here's what we need. We need those leaders. We need people willing to kind of come on and get the culture and kind of have fun together in the next few months before our launch and get some assignments. And we've got to appoint some pastors in the meantime. And third, we need to build our funding base, because even though we're only spending 30% of what most are, we need some money. We need some money right now. So we need to do some Facebook ads. We've got some computer programs we need to set up, and we got to cover some of Mike's time. I've got flights back and forth, so it's going to take some money to get it rolling. I've put a lot into this. Lori and I really don't have it. We're drained out with all these sites because we had to do a lot of the preliminary work to get it going. I needed to help me. And actually what we need is $6,000 this week to keep pace with what we need to do from all the sites. So if you can help us, there's a PayPal link, or preferably you could go to Google Wallet. Our account is Google Wallet, Murren Group, Murren Consultation, MURREN dot consultation at Gmail. Again, MURREN dot consultation at email. And that's our account, gmail.com. That's our account for both Google Wallet and PayPal. Same account number, title. Or you can mail us a check, and I'm going to say it slowly. I'll probably put it in the newsletter if we end up putting it out that way, but it's 109 Amber Sweet Way, Box 188, Davenport, Florida, 33897. I'm going to pull out before I use up my time here and your time. So God bless.